Electricity is essential for the basic human needs, and having access to it improve the social condition of our people, especially in our countries that are developing.
So now we are having electricity at our school. So we are now having access to the internet, and we are having overhead projectors at our school. We are having computers, so now everything is easy for us. So today we are going to use an overhead projector throughout our lesson.
We are talking about a fourth industrial revolution, where everything is almost done through digital means. When it comes to challenges of a school that does not have electricity, it is very, very challenging, because we need to use computers, we need to use photocopy machines, we need to use other electrical equipments like overhead projectors in order to do learning and teaching. For a school to have electricity, there are always advantages that comes along with. For example, teachers and learners, they can have access to different technological devices. They can also have access to internet. They can also link with other educators and the learners countrywide or across the globe.
Skola ono no bahafa eshi hakudengo katenda korusheno kwa iki hakakwena uno na tatondoka ta momikwe ba emenguru dabo ile ta dimo menguru bakatono ke ponje oshone o ngengo kunana nde ndimbi durate ilo kongainyo rusheno shiterate mamengo dungainya uno no tale shane nupu vudite no nawane ngoma dishe po pe vine avali na imwe patamekane okuindira rusheno ya pamana ne kuchangenge pasikola kapena rusheno no tarongo nuju varongi oshona tango uno naita mono na oini mai hapo yove na okumona sha shikapena owa rusheno
tena rusheno pakikore tu nande makasa majima tudde kutemako.
Government has realized that there is a critical need for our people to have access to electricity. But as we all know, electricity has mostly started from towns and cities. But an extension has to be made to rural areas. And that has made us, as the ministry, to come up with a program of rural electrification.
The advantages for having electricity at the school is just that the school now have the photocopy machines. We are doing copies for the learners' activities and the copies also for the administrative work. And then learners are doing evening study, which was not here before. they are now doing evening studies. And again, the using of, we don't have a full internet services here, but at least now we have a better internet services. We are using the telephone to get a connection with others.
In the past, it was difficult for teachers to make copies, to duplicate books, and for learners to start up to late. It was very difficult for them because we did not have rights here. And now, for now, it's very easy. You know, in Namibia, books are not enough in schools. So we are better, and we are lucky that we are making copies here and we distribute them to our learners. Our learners are studying very nice now. So we can set tests here. We can make copies of any activity that we want. And classes are writing all of them. Learners are studying up to late. And we are googling things here. If you want something, you want to know more, you can sit at the network. Where there is a network there, we have Wi-Fi here, and then we have a network. We can ask everything from internet. Yes.
Pesha tupopingaha ofikola yetu oino lusheno olola tuwapo mumavya lino longo na hetatu letetelo mo wa mahapu otakala tuhena nale otakala tunupyaka diwe kwa fifo hongo pofikola ngenge twahala nando kushangi for test uno na pofikola ilo inyangwa dawa tu keshe ohatu shingi hatuiko Kongo tukaninge ekopi opuno na boye badule kuninga oinyanga darwa yavo mefimbolo pe ifene istuno lusheno ohatu longo nupu hatu dulu kulongifa nando hatu longo nando okana oshima hatu shulike pafano hatu longifo laptopa ile tukufena nde o TV nde tavaulikirwa nde tadulu kumona oshinima ponele okushilonga ashike mefano nde kakeshiwete olusheno letetelo mo wa mahapu ono vakwashiwana ovo kwalive hava ningi ekopi tavende oinano ile tavaiko Kongo vakaninga ekopi paife ohadulo kuya pofikola nde tavaterwa taningo kopi yae
Tinaranga mihol kashikongeni wahanditi mokanyanona opene kilomita 20 kuya mokongo paifo nduti to umbo shasha ndi onjo ndiripo epino norusheno loleta bokanyanona ongene paifo andi duruku kwa fera vanhu boponkunda wetu andi shipandura unene
Olusheno lovene otelipandula unene otapandula unene pangelo shiletetela omahumo komesho olujeli hatupopi olusheno oletwetela ouwanawa unene tu ngetashiya komahumo komesho shinanena muuyuni wonena kakele nando ngaho ya apalili otuwete kutya otwapandula ndele otwapumbwa natango lanjeneko
Can somebody give me an example of a vegetable? Yes?
Tomato.
Tomato. So how do we spell tomato? T
Coming to the advantages, they are actually separated into three headings. So namely, number one, safety. So since the school doesn't have a security personnel, so the lights provide safety to the school properties during the night. It also gives us, the staff, a chance to work overnight if there's something that we are preparing for the next day. So number two is on ICT. Electricity has allowed the school to purchase one computer and one copy machine. So we are able to dish out typed handouts for activities and assessment. And then number three is on time management. Now, time management is in a broad sense. Before we had electricity, we used to experience late coming every day. Let's say 50 to 70% of our learners used to come late. So if the starting time is 10 past 7, so the learners might arrive 9 or going to break. Some even come after break because they travel far distances. But due to electricity, it has given us a chance to obtain a siren, which we ring early in the early hours in the morning, because it can cover a distance of about 1 kilometer. So at least it has given us a chance to curb on the percentage of the late coming. So electricity has done a great job for our school.
So learners, can somebody describe how does a tomato look like? How does it look like? What color?
Learners here are in a remote area. When you say an apple, they'll just say they will think it's just a word while it's an object. So before electricity, we had a worry on if you carry these things that you are teaching to the learners, the apple, a banana. You see, if you carry it here, it might, in that period that you want to, maybe you want to use it on a Friday, and then you bring it on a Sunday. So it will stay, it might spoil. So after electricity, we managed to obtain a fridge which is there in the pre-primary. So we are able now to collect those concrete teaching materials and objects. We can keep them and store them and use them as the time goes. And also learners had a challenge in differentiating between cold water and warm water. So after electricity, we had that privilege now to show them that this is ice. Yes, not for them when they go there and they, it's like it will be a new experience.
What color?
Red.
Red. Okay, so I have a practical example here on tomatoes. So these ones are called tomatoes, which we spell with a capital T.
This is our pharmacy. Here in our pharmacy, we used to have our aircon. Previously, it was not working because the solar system was not supporting it. So now we are using the electricity is working. Now we are able to maintain our cold chain. Our medicines are able to stay in cool temperature without being destroyed. So we are not having any problem with our medication now because we have our own aircon that's working. This is our API room, and this is our fridge where we keep our vaccines. Now the challenges that we're having previously is that we used to keep our vaccine at Nankudu, so we used to collect them every day. So we need to travel almost 37 to 38 kilometers to go to Nankudu and to get our vaccines. Now, since we got our vaccines, we are able to keep them here, maintaining the cold chain, and they are not being destroyed. As you can see, if we can get one. As you can see this one, if we look at the stage, it's still under stage 1. And then that means that now we are able to maintain our cold chain. So this is the benefit now. Some of the challenge that we used to have is that kid will come and then we don't have the vaccine because the vaccines are far away from Nankudu. And sometimes we don't have the transport to go pick up our vaccines. Or we can pick up, then we don't have the car that will take the vaccine back to Nankudu. So those vaccines will be destroyed. But now that we have now electricity, we're able to order our enough stock. We keep it here under the safe temperature.
When we talk about rural areas in terms of electrification, we are talking about areas outside the proclaimed municipal areas. And that includes communal areas and commercial farms. Under this program, we have policies that are guiding us. We have a national energy policy which looks at the intent of government. What is government wants to achieve when it is looking into the provision of electricity. It is also a policy that is aligning what we do with our national documents, like the Vision 2030, then the Harambee Prosperity Plan, our National Development Plan 5. It makes sure that whatever we do is talking to what is being aspired by our national documents. This policy is also looking into security of supply. We do not want to go load shedding at any point in time. Not now, not in the future. Therefore, this policy also talks to how do we ensure security of the electricity supply that we have within the country. It is also talking to the issue of efficiency within the energy sector. It's talking to the issue of governance and also investment. There must be a room that we create for investment to happen within the energy sector in the country.
Before this, there was no electricity. However, as you guys, we have provided us with electricity, we can now do our operation either during the day, whatever time of the day. So we have lights in 2 different offices. This is the office of the station commander. As you can see, it looks like it's dark, but with the help of electricity, when the station commander, he or she is performing his duty, he can see whatever he is doing. We also have a computer where we do our administration of these stations, where everything is being stored. But before that, we were doing it manually, but now with the help of the electricity, we can now do it using a computer. Let me take you through to where the computer is. This is our administration office. As you can see, we have a computer. She is busy typing. That is where we type our letters. And whatever we want, though we are at the rural areas, what other peoples are doing in urban areas, we can also do it here also. In conclusion, I want to thank the ministry for doing what they did, for recognizing us, though seeing us that though we are in the rural areas, we should use also electricity. I wish this should be done countrywide, wherever people are living.
Our benefits, we can count them. Just to begin with, learners and teachers have benefited immensely from electricity. Right now, as I speak, our production room is working very well. We can make copies, we can set tests, we can give our learners tasks, with ease, no stress like before. Before our work was very complicated. The task that we can do as teachers in a month now has been reduced to a day. Imagine. So that's remarkable. We used to use solar for our water system, but now our water system is connected to electricity. So it's even 24 hours, no interruption, nothing. Our teachers, every house for every teacher here is powered. They have refrigerators, they have televisions, they can even work at home. Life has just turned up, drastically, and we are so impressed, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Ministry of Mines and Energy.
For the past 30 years, our target for the rural electrification programs was only concentrating, and is still concentrating, on the communities and in unelectrified public institutions in all 14 regions. To ensure that rural electrification is carried out in an equitable manner in the whole country, the Ministry of Mines and Energy conceptualized, development and promulgated the Rural Electricity Distribution Master Plan, first in the year 2000, and it was reviewed in 2005 and 2010 years respectively. Up to date, since the inception of rural electrification, our government has spent over $1 billion Namibian on rural electrification projects.
This village was our last village that was electrified 2 years back. Before that, we had another one called Mbungururu, which was electrified in 2016. So this one in 2018-2019 financial year. So we have about 17 households here. We managed to electrify all of them. There was only one of them which was a bit out of the given radius. So, but then the rest, all of them benefited from this project. And of course, it's a very big project. It's good for the community because, when you have electricity, not only is it for lights, but also for other opportunities such as, small businesses where one would also want to perhaps start a barber shop, the other one doing tailoring, the other one welding, and so forth. So it's very beneficial to the community members. They've been crying for this now that they have. So you will also see some of them have now DSTVs. They can watch news. They can watch the whole world news right from here. So they feel they are part of an independent country.
We are also busy creating a framework that is designed to achieve universal access by 2040. It is called Electrification Support Mechanism that we would want to bring about just to make sure that we look at all the modalities and all other new programs that we can embark upon to be able to make sure that we have universal access by 2040.